everybody, it's Dry Bear. No, I used to do that all the time, impersonate Dry Bear. It was so fun. You used to watch old Dry Bear, you guys? That's how we do it. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another round. All right, so we got grand finals here of the weekly tournament. Squid Henge versus Axe to You. Axe to You, I think first time seeing the finals. I think he's been in, like, semis before. But I think maybe last week he made it to semis. He's been making a name for himself with this Vulcan. He's been looking real good with it. But he's up against Squid's Anhur here. And Anhur is incredibly strong right now. And I just don't know how he's going to make this one work. We'll see, though. He's taking out a great deal of strong players today. Look at his bracket. All right, wait. Let's not miss the action while we look at the bracket, though. Well, he's getting a tough position here, and, you know, Squid's going to continue to put him in positions like that throughout this game. Right now, you know, he's only got 2 mana pots to his name, so Axe isn't going to be able to stick around too often. But same as Squid, and the thing, though, the difference, obviously, Vulcan being a spam-heavy god, he needs so many abilities to clear the wave, whereas Anhur really only uses the one, not his one, but, you know, his one ability in his 2. And, you know, he'll jump on you for just for aggression as well. But Vulcan needs to use his 2 and his 1 and often his 3 as well, whether for poke or for just that extra wave presence. So quickly going to deplete himself here. And this could be bad. Squid might be able to regress given that he's got no mana. But now he still has a lot of wave to cover for himself, and he doesn't want to overextend too much. Now he does because he's got his ultimate up. Axe keeping himself just in good enough a position to get out there, though. Yeah, Axe just took down Nuda actually in the last round, and he took out Jabber before that, and Hale. So this is probably actually one of the most successful tournament runs I've seen from you know, a relative newcomer, or not, you know, newcomer to the top, that is. Ooh. I like that rush down. Hits him with the 1 as well, but it's just kind of, I feel like, wasted aggression onto Squid because he knows Squid's got some pots still on him, and he's going to be able to just go take that red buff because there's no mana in Axe's arsenal anyway, so I don't know that he can stay that long. I want to see this be his downfall because Squid, the mana in the early, at least, you know, in this first 3, you know, this is like first stage before backing, is so important. Whoever has it really controls the pace. Really good stance from Squid. I think he's going to go down here. Wow, yeah. Just like that. Axe just steps too far up. And while he did not go into the tower, which is, you know, what every Anhur is looking for there, every Anhur's wet dream is hitting that hot jump into the impale, the 360 jump into the impale, into the tower. But I'm sorry, 180 jump into the tower. But he instead just gets him on that wall for the red buff nicely. Picks up the red buff afterwards as well. And now you got an Anhur who's ahead like 500 gold against a Vulcan, and that's incredibly difficult to fight into as this Vulcan. Close to, but did not make the mark. I don't know how Axe is going to make this back, honestly, especially with the build that he's going into breastplate here. It's going to be pretty tough. He's got a long uphill battle ahead of him, unless Squid really missteps quite a bit. He's got his work cut out for him. He's not going to have any damage for quite a long time. You know, cooldown boots as well, so, you know, no pen for the early. None of that extra damage coming out on his side. Squid's just going to get his, you know, his steady build on and keep aggressing and pressuring all the way. This is only round 1, however, so, you know, if the circumstances don't work out too well for Axe in this matchup, and perhaps in this, well, we'll see if it's also this player-to-player matchup. Ooh, big aggression from Squid. I love that. And the Horrific. Horrific's such a good active here. Relic against the Vulcan because he's got no you know, no utility, no movement ability after the 1 is down. He's just got nothing in his arsenal, no CC immunity either. And Squid just going straight for the Bull Demon again. He's been going to these Bull Demons insanely quickly each time he gets a kill. He knows exactly what he wants. That's to end these games as quickly as possible without giving his opponents a single opportunity. Yeah, Axe going to continue to have a hard time here as he finishes up this breastplate. Didn't set himself up well with this matchup, like I said. You know, he maybe was hoping that his Vulcan was strong enough his Vulcan skill was strong enough to carry him through here, despite the whatever matchup Squid was going to pick into him. But I'm not sure. Axe also might not play that many top tier gods though, so this kind of tournament style might not benefit him as well as it does someone like Squid. Squid is very versatile in that he plays a lot of gods, but he is definitely by far the best with these top ones. Yeah, if you don't like this tournament style, these are always being rotated, of course. This is a style that I usually did not like at all. I generally like the tier-based tournaments where, you know, I'll allow up to a certain tier. Wow, just missed that too. That could have been it with another auto. So yeah, they're constantly being rotated, and yeah, I will always take you know, recommendations too. If you have any suggestions on tournaments, let me know in the comments. Good stuff from Axe, but I feel like he's flirting with death here as he continues to go back in on Squid. He doesn't want to allow him to have this tower or just even this tower pressure. And he's wounded himself here for it. He's just still auto-attacking at him. What? Yeah, I can't believe how big of a crippling item this Horrific is for the Vulcan. There's just so little he can do when you think about it. He has no way to cleanse that slow other than by starting a sprint. He did start a sprint, but then there's also Anhur's, first of all, his impale. If he just impales you, then you're in a bad spot and you want to sprint away to get out of it. Then, of course, the obvious one, his 1, which actually does slow you, you're going to want to sprint out of just to, you know, cleanse yourself of that slow and get out of dodge. But, yeah, there's so many situations that Anhur can force a sprint out of you and then use that Horrific. And forcing the sprint is also really good, too. You know, it takes away from Vulcan's arsenal of what he can go. Gotta admire Axe's determination, man. He just keeps going for this stuff, but it's not gonna pan out for him. Unfortunately, that sprint was down. And the thing is actually that Horrific is up 10 seconds sooner than Sprint, and that is the reason I'm almost positive for why he was able to take him out there. They both, the last interaction, Vulcan had used Sprint in response to the Horrific emblem. This time around, Squid has the Horrific up again. He uses it instantly. This is at least my estimation. It could not have been. It might not. It entirely might not have been. I'm fabricating the story as we speak. It is entirely fake news. But it is something that could happen a lot. You just use it immediately off cooldown. In the last 10 seconds, you don't have it. It's super convenient. You're not always going to be able to have that timing, but it's one other strength that Horrific has. Especially, like, I mean, it would really be bad if Sprint had a lower cooldown than Horrific. I mean, higher cooldown. Yeah, Squid just wants blood this game, though. He's just endlessly chasing Axe down. And it's super fulfilling when you pin the Vulcan down, too, because he can be really elusive. Even though he's only got that one movement option, he's got it up very often, and he's got the He's got the 3s to knock you away, and then he puts his turret up, and you have to worry about that, and it's a whole ordeal, man. Red's up. Squid immediately gonna take a stroll over there. Even though he's facing down a low axe, he's got pretty low mana himself, so he's gonna call it a day. Yeah, I'll say good job instead of good job. I like that. Bancroft's opted into here for Axe. I mean, it's going to help him a lot with the, you know, great amount of power that it gives, but no pen into a Bulwark here. It's pretty ripperinos, man. Like, this is a bad game for Vulcan. This is the situation you do not want to be Vulcan in. He loves just, like, you know, strolling along to late game by asserting himself and in lane and really getting a good pressure game going. He doesn't even need kills to start. Well, against an ADC, he certainly does. Wow, that was so close. Squid a little too late on that too. But yeah, you know, generally just strolling into that late game with either stacking. Generally, you don't get to go too much stacking, like I said, into an ADC or a higher tier god. But yeah, just get there full build and start, you know, just start harassing people all the time and then blowing them up. And in this case, he's just struggling to do any sort of damage. His poke is what he's most known for, and what, you know, is perhaps his strongest asset. And now he just has none, or all of his damage, like his main commitment damage is poke. It's just nothing. Squid just abusing that Bull Demon King. Just as soon as it spawns again, goes over to it and takes it. Axe though, it looks like he knows this time. I hate that I can't see the Bull Demon's health because of the... That's so annoying, but alright. Axe wasn't confident that, you know, he had to go check first of all to see the health, so... That's always a rough one to Vulcan ult, because you never know. You can try for the YOLO Vulcan ult, but you don't know if it's just been started up or, you know, it's at mid health. It's impossible to know unless you have the ward. So wasn't confident in just firing off that ult from afar. Instead, goes over to check it. I want to see it's already been taken, and Squid is zooming down this lane. So much damage. Squid neglecting to use that horrific because Axe actually used the sprint earlier in the engagement already, and then ends up, you know, getting a little impatient, popping it anyway. Smart of him to ult to clear that wave. He needs to just alleviate the pressure right now and try to stop the bleeding, but I don't know if he's going to be able to do it. Squid's farming people today, man. Axe is going to have to try to ban out his ADCs, but you really can't. There's too many other gods in play, and that's, you know, the reason why I may not love these all gods allowed tournaments. But I did like them the first time. It just kind of it's up to what the players play at the end of the day, right? If people want to play everything or they just want to go for the gold. But sometimes you also just have like an extremely talented player that that comes out playing the top gods as well, right? Like in Squid's case. I don't think the reason he's winning by any means is because of the gods, but I think you know, guys like Axe not having a match. Oh, ooh, he actually made it out. Oh my god. Guys like Axe actually not having a chance in matchups like these, that I do think is, you know, indicative of the type of exclusionary tournament setting, man. These guys are just like phasing through things at points. I don't know what's going on with Spectator today. Was Tech scum banning to get Baka? Is that it? Yeah, tournaments, man. Tournament mode. People are definitely going to do that shit. I hate it, but... Scum banning, by the way, you guys, when you... I'm going by hearsay, by the way. I don't know that he actually did it. And it would be okay if he did do it because there's nothing I can do about it to limit it. Which is unfortunate, you know. I would love to be able to limit that kind of thing. Where, like, you either just... You pass your bans or you ban nothing at all. I'm sorry, you pass your bans, you ban nothing at all. You pass your bans or you ban nothing of substance. Like, you'll ban a... Ganesha, you know, or something like that, or Geb, or Kepri, and it's just effectively allowing more and more OP gods through so that you get your, say, Bakasura through. Of course, the opponent can also go Bakasura, but maybe they don't fucking play Bakasura, you know? Maybe they don't play as many top tiers as you, so... Or, of course, not as well. You're going to give it to Axe for trying to play into this, you know, and just really doing a good job of getting close to taking Squid down in some of these instances. At this point, you know, many a player, including myself, would have definitely F6. So I truly think there's no coming back from this in this kind of position. Against this kind of player. Like Squid, you know? But Axe wrote it out until the end here for this game 1. And maybe he's learned something for game 2. We'll have to see what he ends up going with. I'd love to see a mix-up, though. But in your heart, you always want to see like some sort of niche god come out and still beat the top tier gods, right? That's the end game, right? And so everybody wants, secretly hoping for. We'll see what happens, though. Either way, definitely look forward to a better showing from Axe for this next game. And GG, really good stuff to brain fart. Squid. That is the American dream.